Namaste, friends! Today we're going to watch the mind-bending reality that gets unlocked after Nirvana. Tantric explains astral world and more. With Rajarshi Nandi at the Ranveer Show. This is from the YouTube channel Life of BeerBiceps.
In our dharma, there is no monotheism, by the way. It's impossible. Monotheism means we worship only one. No.
Well,
Even if you're worshipping
Brahman,
one, if you're worshipping Shiva, there will be Parivar Devatas. If you're worshipping Vishnu, there will be Parivar Devatas. It's like if you're inviting, say, the Prime Minister, he's not going to come alone. Full within security and I don't know what all will come
nice.
with him.
I like
Same
that.
thing. They're so important. That. They are never alone. And they are aware of everything, but they will not interfere. It is these, and these Parivar Devatas have their krama. They are all these beings in these realms. They will be the first ones to interact. You are doing Shiva Upasana and all that, etc., etc. After a stage, initial stages, nobody bothers. Katte raho. ठीक है, बहुत लंबा रास्ता है. But suppose you are able to build up a certain degree of energy, they will be the first to come and see what does this guy want actually. चाहता क्या है?
And do people want things other than just spiritual growth?
A lot of people. Deep. The heart is the most peculiar thing in the human being. It has all sorts of desires. So never listen to what a person says. Never listens to. I'm just saying that's the truth, by the way. So to judge a person, observe what he's doing.
Yes.
That will give you that what is the secret motivation in the heart. Sometimes people are motivated by desires which they are consciously not aware of.
Yeah.
Ask them, why do you want to do sadhana? No, I want to reach spirituality. That some tote ki tarah rata hua some statements they will put. Okay. And I can sense that his energy is nowhere close to that. That mumukshuta, that thing is not there in him. Give him some sadhana after some days, ye nahi ho raha, wo nahi ho raha, because that energy is not there. So the heart is maybe somewhere else. Very often, in fact, speaking of this, I think in the Gita, I don't remember the chapter exactly. So Lord Krishna mentions this to Arjuna. That Arjuna asks, what happens if a yogi doesn't succeed? He says that he can be born in tremendous splendor. And there are some who are even higher. They may be born in a family of yogis, where he can continue that same practice from childhood. But why does somebody get born in splendor?
To distract them from...
Because deep down the desire was that I want something fantastic. मैं इतना गरीब हूँ, मैं इतना साधना कर रहा हूँ, कुछ तो होना चाहिए. भगवान बोलते हैं, okay, all right, next level make you, you are a billionaire, you are this, that, जो भी है, etc. And then you stop your practice and next life. After that, again, back to where you were.
Interesting.
Because you realize there's nothing in the material.
No. You may not realize also, no, material has its own charm. Once you enter there are so many people I see, I will not name them, famous people. And I see and I completely feel that ye banda jo hai, isne, in past life he has done practices. And because of those practices, he's getting all this benefits. And material has its own pull. Maya is very strong. And you don't do any other practice now. Kuch nahi karte ho. Normal, you are running after you're making money or whatever you're doing, etc., etc. Fantastic, very good. Enjoy this life. Next life, you'll be back to where you were before. Wapas aa gaya.
Back to square one, yeah.
Or you may go even bad, because if you misuse, if you don't have that basic conscience of right and wrong, and you indulge in really negative things, then you'll fall even worse.
Do you see elements of their sage-like nature in what work they're doing?
Some small things. When I try to observe a person, there are a few things. The words are the last thing I see. I don't care about what a person is saying. Because that is the last thing. Because words are where you can lie. Okay. Everybody can say many good things. But observe small things, you'll see if you practice eventually. First is the structure. From the structure, you can get some understanding.
From the physical body?
Physical body.
Really?
Absolutely. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was perhaps the greatest Kali Upasaka of the last 200 years. We Bengalis call him Thakur. Whenever a person would come to him for spirituality, he would judge, for taking initiation or something like that for guidance, he would judge them very minutely. So one of the judgments he would do is that he would look at the physical structure of the person, weigh his hands. The weight of the hand from here to here will tell you what type, if at all you can be spiritual, and what is the right path for you. See, I told you spirituality is a huge tree. Whoa. If you go in the wrong path also, you will not work. Right path. if you're meant to be highly spiritual, your body will have lakshanas in it. Lakshanas means signs in it.
Science.
Not for ordinary people to understand, but जिसको समझना है वो समझ जाएगा.
What about this body?
Because your body should be able to sustain that energy.
Wow.
Otherwise, you are not born in that body. If you are meant to enjoy material things, you will be enjoying in a body that is fit for material things.
Okay.
Nature is very beautiful. This orchestra, once you start understanding, it's amazing. You will be at a natural sense of gratitude will come towards nature, who is Mahamaya, who is Adi Shakti, who is everything. For me, who is Ma Kamakhya.
Who?
I've spoken so much without taking her name. Ma Kamakhya.
Ma Kamakhya.
She's all.
Und
It's a beautiful play. It's a beautiful play. And you feel natural sense of gratitude. And this is bhakti, ahetuka bhakti. Causeless. You don't want anything. You just, what have you done? Okay. Amazing.
Do you want to talk about the depths of the ocean?
Now, depths of the ocean. So there is a certain realm where Mahasiddhas come. Mahasiddhas means they're considered that those are people who have gone beyond the conception of Nirvana, normal idea of Nirvana, as I was saying, the higher realms. So they can very, very high stages of sadhana.
You mean they've probably lived out human lifetimes, done their spiritual practices, gone beyond Nirvana, gone beyond even possibly that spiritual goal in the astral world, whatever happens beyond moksha and Nirvana, and then come back to this realm.
There are two ways of looking at it, by the way. So traditionally, the term moksha means, the word moksha has undergone changes in its meaning over last 2,000, 3,000 years. Okay. So more or less what we consider moksha today is that it is an extinction of your life. So you are out of the system. It's like a video game. चल रहा है. Moksha means अब बहुत हो गया. मैं अभी computer बंद करके जा रहा हूँ. Okay. But you cannot run away so easily because there's Maya and there is karma and there's various things. And you are suffering also. You are playing the game and you are losing. But you can't run away from the game. That's what life is, sort of, for most people. Okay. Moksha is that somehow or the other you find a way to end the game, switch it off and get out of the seat and go out and enjoy nature and whatever else. Ye moksha hai. Basically you're out of the system. So how do you do that? In Nirvana, what we consider as Nirvana, it is possible to extinguish oneself completely. Finish ho gaya, you're out of the system. That is what happens for 90% of the people who attain Nirvana. Not even 90, let's put it 98.
What? Sorry.
2% are possible who may attain to the same experience of Nirvana, but may not extinguish themselves from the system. They are not out of the system.
Okay.
So Nirvana Nirvana by itself means that it's like a finish, end. Khatam. In fact, very interestingly, the Gita doesn't use the word Nirvana. It uses Brahma Nirvana. A lot of scholarly things are there. We'll sidetrack it, but we're just saying. It's an interesting observation. I think 6 times or 7 times it comes. It uses the word Brahma Nirvana. The word Nirvana became very popular with Buddhism. Extremely popular. So there is because in Buddhism, generally accepted idea, Buddhism is also very complicated. I'm not talking about the general idea. The general idea is that there is a Nirvana, and because everything is Shunya, at the end there is no Atma, Anatma and all that, etc. is there, Nirvana. The finish of this story gets over. But you can enter into the state of Nirvana and yet not finish yourself. By the way, Nirvana cannot be attained so long as you have a normal ego. We function from the ego. Nirvana cannot come until you finish the ego. That's to certain. Ego has to be completed. But suppose your ego is finished, you enter into the state of Nirvana and some other ego is entered into you of something very higher.
What?
So what happens? Ego is the root of an individual, is the fulcrum of an average individual. You are an individual because you have an ego.
Yes.
And ego doesn't mean the arrogance or the pride which we normally call in the English term. No, ego means something, it's like the asmita, your sense of I-ness. Who are you? You are going on the road, somebody says Ranveer, I am going on the road, somebody says Rajashri, automatically my head will turn. This is your ego because you are attached to your name, you're attached to your family, you're attached to your identity. You're attached to your father, mother, girlfriend, wife, husband, जो भी है पूरा ये पूरा माया का fulcrum is ego. And it is good. It is not always bad. Without the ego, you will be dysfunctional. You will either end up, if you don't have spiritual depth, and suddenly your ego goes away, you will end up straight into a mental hospital. You will not be able to handle the world at all. Individualization has been created by nature, so you become functional in a way. But the spiritual goal is you transcend the ego. Okay, because this ego also individualizes you. You cannot so easily connect to the higher realms.
Yeah, separate
So
from everything.
when somebody is entered into the state of nirvana, the ego will not be there. And that is why once the ego is not there, as I said, if you don't have spiritual depth, you end up in a sort of mental wreck and all that. Suppose you enter into an extinction. Nirvana is extinction. खत्म हो गया सब कुछ. Okay, ego is also done. सब खत्म हो गया. तो उसके बाद 98% of the people don't have any business with the world. You are out. You don't have to take birth also. Finish. But the 2%, in that case, the ego may, your human ego is gone. There may be an identity of a deity or something higher that can enter into you. In that case, you are not going to go away, and that is going to happen only if nature has a plan for you.
Yeah, okay, that's when you start
तुमसे
teaching
कुछ
them, I
करवाना
guess,
चाहता है nature,
right?
because nature is higher than everybody. Okay, nature is higher than everybody, and then you go into these realms. By that time, your normal Maya and all that is finished.
So you're in an astral body when you're at the depths
Not
of
even
the
astral. It is very complicated to explain. It's beyond. See, there are generally speaking, there are three realms in which we function. Okay, one is the physical body realm. Okay, the other is the vital realm. Vital is where you have the emotions and all this. The whole emotional package is vital. Your power is vital. Fear is vital. Lack of fear, courage is vital. Beauty is vital. Everything is vital. Okay, all these things. It's very powerful because from the vital realm, so many things have come. Art, culture, etc. Our life is mostly vital. Uske baad, there is the purely mental realm. Mental means where the mind, as it is, without emotions. Okay. The highest realm of the mind, this, when we say the Bhu, Bhuvaswa, the three things, these are the three realms actually, translated. So, average, every individual is functioning through these realms. Swa, the last of the mental realm, farthest reach of the mental realm is where there is this, look at it this way, that thing called Nirvana. You transcend that and go to what is beyond that stage, then there are totally different things. And it is very difficult to describe. It's not even physical. It's not your astral, what we call astral, by the way, is the subtle form of the vital realm. Ye itna niche hai.
Understood.
I don't.
And these things are not even written in texts easily.
Because again, it's beyond words.
Because it's very difficult to describe. Yeah, actually, it's beyond words.
Yes. Yes. My mind was blown. Let me know if your mind was blown too. Oh, wow. Of course, a topic which is way beyond us, right? This is just intellectually playing around with the concepts of what happens once we are liberated, once we attained moksha, nirvana. So, nirvana then, yeah, is not the end. It's the extinguishing of the ego. But then there's more. Which I honestly, in regards to my Buddhist background, that's how I understand it too. There are different schools of Buddhism. I'm mostly familiar with Tibetan Buddhism, also a tiny bit with Thai forest tradition. And if I'm not mistaken, the Tibetan Buddhists say that, yes, the Theravadas are going for nirvana. They extinguish the ego, they are liberated, but that's basically it. Then they are in a blissful state forever. That's not good enough for the Tibetan Buddhists because they want to be of service to others. That's not the highest service. They say there is something beyond nirvana. It is the path of the bodhisattva and full-blown enlightenment. Yes, which is different, supposedly. Oh. So I don't know. I mean, those are states we're talking about, you know. we haven't even reached the level of unconditional love and compassion. This is the extinguishing of the ego, the dissolving of the ego, the very sense of our identity. Takes so much courage, so much focus on the Lord, so much devotion, so much meditation, and practice. And in the end, it's not even up to you, it's up to grace. However, you can create the conditions for it to happen, which need to be created. So there is intention and effort from you, effort. How in the end, you gotta relax completely. But there's effort and effortlessness, and then by the grace of the Lord, there is Nirvana, enlightenment. Anyways, that's how I understand it. I love how Rajarshi Nandi talks about not believing what people say, but observing them, what they're actually doing, what actions they perform. And I think that is very, very important nowadays, because lots and lots of people talk and talk and talk, and it's just like, there's nothing behind it. There's nothing behind it. The other day, oh my God, I watched a horrific interview. It was entertaining, but it was absolutely horrific too, of 3 enlightened, self-proclaimed enlightened beings. All we saw there, they were talking and they said, yes, I am enlightened. In the same sentence, they use Lord Buddha with themselves, etc. But it's just words. It's just words, right? We actually haven't seen them. What are they doing behind the camera? How are they acting in different circumstances, etc.? So just believing, what people say can get us into trouble. And yes, observe people, observe them. You know what? I might actually post the link to this interview here, because there's lots of discussions going on in the comment section, and I was actually not aware of people walking around saying they're enlightened. I thought it was a myth, seriously. Maybe that's just my, my naive nature, but I thought it's like number 1 rule in spirituality. You don't claim any states, right? You don't claim any states. You don't walk around, I am enlightened, I attained Nirvana. That's so embarrassing. Like, how can you do that? It's a no-no. It's a no-no. It's between you and the divine in the end. You don't talk about it. So, you know what? I think I'm going to put it in the comment section, just so you know what is out there. I find it interesting. Anyways, off topic. Sorry, but that interview is still on my mind. Yes, states beyond Nirvana. The mind-bending reality that gets unlocked after Nirvana. And then he talked about a state beyond Ishvara. So, depends on how you define Ishvara. Ishvara as the Lord, the Absolute. But there's a state beyond. So, now the other day I talked to ChatGPT because, I was curious again. And I was asking, it's like, so do Sanatanas, not just believe in one ultimate reality, ultimately, called Brahman. And it actually, it said yes. So there's Brahman, and then everything arises from Brahman. The Trimurti arises from Brahman. So in that sense, is it not true that yes, there is something beyond Ishvara as Lord Shiva? Okay, friends, I will leave you here. There's nothing else coming to mind. My mind got a little bit bent. And I hope to watch more of these kind of videos. I love them so much, and I hope you too. Subscribe if you aren't for more, and then I shall see you on the next video. Thank you. And may you attain Nirvana quickly, in this lifetime or the next.